What's up? What's up? What's up? I don't know if this is me or it's just a little unclear. You know why it's a little unfocused right there? What up, guys? If you're watching the replay, we got another good one for you guys, man. I wanted to jump on and talk to you guys because I have we gotta move it that way a little bit. Switch to move it that way. We good. We good. I just was making sure because they was too close on this side before. We yeah, we're in a situation right now where I'm looking at what a lot of you guys are doing and even myself, man. The Let's just take the name of the brand, right? T-shirt side hustle, and the hustle part in what we do. It tells us to jump on every single opportunity. And I relate this to me getting started and me growing and kind of going into things to try to figure out what it is that I wanted to do. Right. And so, I went from shoot, fixing computers to building websites to photography to printing t-shirts, right? And that's like the more serious things that I've done in my entrepreneurial journey. But what I wanted to actually say to you was that we needed to figure out and we need to focus on the things that we feel or we believe is going to make us money, right? And there's this theory behind having seven streams of revenue that is accurate, but it's also very inaccurate. And what I mean by that is if you focus on trying to have seven streams of revenue and you're doing seven different things, you can't give any one thing a majority of your attention. Two things, you know, doing two things is like having two full-time jobs, right? So you got a job and you got two or three different things that you can do to make money. You're not optimizing your performance in any one thing outside of your full-time job. Why is this important? Because a lot of you guys are confused about being content creators, being print shop owners, being print shop content creators, right? And okay, am I going to sell digital products? And you can do it all, but you don't give any one thing the legs or opportunity to build and or grow in any direction. And I'm saying this with love and care because I remember being in this situation, right? And I had to cut out photography. I had to cut out web design. I'm here with my mom right now, and she'll probably sell you my photography services right now to this day. And the thing about it is what I always would do as I got into a new business opportunity. I would try something, I would get it going. Right, one thing will be up here, and then I work on something else while this maintained where it was at. And slowly I would get better. And then once you get to this point where two things are making you relatively more money, what you'll find is that the first thing that you did, you may have been doing for 4 years, 5 years, right? But you couldn't quite figure out how to get the revenue to grow around that. And in turn, this new thing you've been doing for a year, 6 months, and the revenue is already there. That is when I would sit back and say, I'm going to make a business decision here and I'm going to let go of this because if I applied the time that I was doing photography, let's say, into my t-shirt business instead, maybe I can grow this revenue to double, if not triple, because remember, they're the same. So let's just say I'm making $100 here, I'm making $100 here, I'm making $200, but my energy, I could probably let go of this and get to $200 in just doing this one thing. Now I'm simplifying this theory as simple as it could possibly be. But what I want you guys to see and understand from that is if you don't have a lot of time, you have to be very specific about what you want, right? I was 10 toes down in printing t-shirts, and then I added t-shirt side hustle on top of it, right? And then I added that, but I didn't add it for the revenue stream. I added it because it was just something that I cared to do as a mission. And eventually I started making money doing it, but I was happily content with maintaining and surviving and living off of just printing t-shirts the way that I was doing for years, right? And if you don't figure out, and you do reserve the right to change your mind, but if you can't figure out what you're selling, your customer can't figure out what you're selling. And what that means is, um, it's the difference between having a funnel and having a website, right? You got a website, all your products are listed, everything's there, but you're not getting sales. Probably because if the people are coming, you're getting attention. They don't know which way to go. They don't know which product to buy. They don't know what hoodie because you got 30, you send them to Samar who got 1,500 hoodies. They don't know which hoodie, which product to buy. They don't know which opportunity or which thing you're actually selling. They're not the expert. So by curating a smaller product list, you give yourself an opportunity to be the expert and say, hey, we can go get you whatever you want, but here's our top three picks, right? We can go get you whatever t-shirts you want, but here's our top three picks. And you simplify the process on your, not only yourself, but more so on the customer. You need clarity within yourself so that whatever it is you're selling, t-shirts, digital products, whatever it is that you're selling, there's a clear understanding about what it is that you provide and what people can come to you for. Because if it's not, right, if you don't have that clarity, then they definitely don't have that clarity. And this is something that I'm even cleaning up on this platform. I cleaned it up inside the t-shirt business last year. And this year I'm cleaning it up on the t-shirt side hustle platform. Like, I had a goal of helping 100,000 people get started. We did that. So now what are we after? What are we doing? What is it that we would like to, what journey, what customer journey do I want to take you guys on? What journey am I taking you on? You got to think the same exact way inside your business. You have to understand who you're after, and this is how you turn your business from being a product-based business who sells t-shirts for the lowest price or whatever the price is, what doesn't matter, to turning your product into a service. If you turn your product into a service, you have the ultimate opportunity to be successful. So, is this making sense to you guys? I'm definitely going to have to probably sit back and make another dedicated business, but I'm going to be working on something. Let me see. Yeah, I'm not on there. You see? Look at that. Look what I just said. We had we had this conversation earlier. 302. I sure did. I'm listening. Um, let me see something. Mm, sure, I think it's your browser. Yes, please. Thank you. What light? The light is out. It's the next door light. How about you just turn over? Um, my bad, y'all. Uh, So, what else I want to get into about that is if you got 7, 8 different things going on, you want to make tutorials about the work that you're doing. You want to sell the stuff that you're doing. You want to start a podcast. You want to do all of these things, and you're just starting out. What is it that you're possibly good at in the instance, right? Like I was already I started in 2009. I was already 8 years into making t-shirts before. Right now, the internet space has made it so that you only have to be one step ahead of somebody in order to teach. Um, which is okay. So if you have a personality as to which you want to be in front of the camera, you want to be a content creator, you want some of the opportunities that stuff brings, you have to be very clear about that. And ultimately, I think you got to be clear about how you want to make money because you're going to come in conflict at some point, which I'm always in conflict about how I'm going to make my money because it's how am I going to spend my time. If I want to grow my print shop, I need to be spending all of my time inside the print shop, right? If I want to make time or make money doing content, then I need to be spending majority of my time making content. Now, you put the camera on me making content while making shirts, the same that people are doing. The issue comes in is when you want to take advantage of some of these opportunities, you're gonna have to decide: am I traveling, and what am I doing if I'm traveling, or am I not gonna travel at all? Am I gonna stay inside my bubble and get on this, right? And neither way is right or wrong, but regardless of what it is that you decide to do, you have to get clear about the outcome you want and then the tools that are going to get you the outcome that you want, right? And so for me, what I would like to be doing and my new mission and focus after I spent the last 3 months getting clear and I spent my first day in the shop yesterday. What I would like to do is I would like to help you guys grow your print shops. So I have to be very clear about what it is and how it is and what opportunities I'm going to take that are going to align me with that. I do have time for other things, but I need to spend my majority of my time positioning and moving myself in a direction that's going to help accomplish the goal or the one thing that I have been after in its entirety, if that makes sense, right? And so I literally had to lock myself away in the house in order to get very clear about what it is that I'm doing, how it is that I'm going to help you guys, what mediums and what places am I going to go, where am I going to go get leads, or how am I going to go attract new people to provide that service to. And the one thing that I think I'm really good at is looking at what other people are doing in other industries and applying to what we do, or what I do rather. And so I spent the beginning of the last year, pretty much all of last year, just yelling to you guys that like I know you need to know how to make stuff. I know you need to figure out pricing. I know you need to figure out how to market. But the first thing that you guys must do, if you haven't already, is you have to get clarity about what it is that you're trying to get out of life first. Then you align your tool, which is your business, to you align those things together and you understand that what you're after in your business and what goals and things and how that relates to each other as you build business, you are actually using it as a tool to help build your life, and you'll feel a lot more content. You'll worry less about what other people are doing and where they are in their process, and you'll align with people that can help you or walk alongside you or that you can pull up along the path that you're going in retrospect. And so when we talk about spending time, I'm spending a little bit of time working on outside projects that are outside of the t-shirt industry, that are outside of my consulting business, all in one ball over here. I'm spending a little bit time in general entrepreneurship, helping, I'm gonna say it's about 5 businesses. It may get up to 10, um, figure out their clarity in the process And what I would like to do is create something around six figure living, which is when you have the ability to put six figures into your actual pocket and live off of that, right? It's a big difference. And I think the six figure mark is a mark that is stuck in our head, but inside your print shop, if you get to figure mark, you're looking at somewhere between 40 and $60,000 in profit. It could be a little higher if you're out of the house with no overhead. But when you get to that mark, what you're actually looking at is, a starting point, not a destination. Looking at the starting point of being able to build the things that I know you guys out here who started this business actually want and actually are after inside your business. So that's pretty much what I wanted to jump on today. The lighting is not the best in here. Um, and so I probably won't leave this live up, probably do something a little bit more formal in order to put something on wax. But we're going to be rolling this thing forward here pretty soon. If you want to get coaching or if you feel you're not making the money you want to make in your print shop, do two things. Make sure you're on the email list, and outside of the email list, if you want to book a call with the team and see if we can help you get to your six figure mark, go ahead and look in the description. Both of those links are there for you. None of the other products are really relevant into this conversation, but everything starts with clarity. And I want you guys to know and understand that. And that's all I got for y'all today. Straight to it. In the hospital right now with my mother and killing some time. And so that's all I got for you. All right. Peace.